エクスプローラー、クラシック、タクティカル、ストーリー。説明が長いよ。
コーヒー飲みますか？
これが、これになったわ。これじゃない。かな。説明出た。敵が全力で収まってもこうね。削除。いいのかな。なくた作戦がいいのじゃないけど、中途力、オリジン、背景、楽器、なんじゃそりゃ。骨ばっかやんけ。 あ、この辺はカスタム。オリジン。デッドベル、デッド人間なんですって。
Famed, of course, for my unique red skin and unparalleled skills as a general of the House of War, I, the Red Prince, was raised within the vast palaces of the fabled Forbidden City. I was destined to become the next emperor. But my ambitions suffered a bit of a setback when I fell from grace for cavorting with demons. Now, I'm exiled and hunted by assassins. But I assure you, I remain undaunted and as determined as ever to claim my rightful throne.
I used to be a slave, kept under the thumb of the master, the bastard that made me hunt down my own kin. How did he do that, you ask? With the living scar you see on my cheek, this horror that takes no more than a song sung by Master Dearest to control my very thoughts. But now the tables have turned. I broke my shackles, and when I finally find him, I will make the master sing a very different kind of song.
All my life, I've been a performer, a musician, beloved and celebrated by all. But I have a secret. I'm also a playground for sprites and spirits and... worse. The voice that rings inside me now is darker than any that came before. Almost caused a bunch of my fans to rip each other to pieces. But you can trust me. I've got this under control. Step 1. Find out who, or what, is trying to take control of my mind. Step 2. Make it sorry it ever tried.
はあ、そうですか。 トルメイジ、クレリック。どうしよう。ああ、何服脱いだ。どっかのスター・ウォーズに出てくるでしょうね。お酒。これはこれでかっこいいな。難しいのかな。教師、醸造家、樽屋、農家、道士、鍛冶屋、軍医、
try again.
Greet the Reaper for me.
Prepare yourself.
Almost got me that time.
Glory is mine.
I'll yield to none.
あら
Better luck next. Try again.
丸か×か丸だな。なんだカタカナ入んねえのか。違う。これがはい入るじゃない。かっこいいじゃない。能力値パネルや使用ステータスにポイントを割り振ることで使用ステータスの補助ステータスの相手に直接戦闘アビリティにポイントがあるとそのスキル種別以外にも影響出る。スキル種別の説明で十分にはあ、出た。バトリングだ。プラス。なるほど。そういうことね。マイナス、プラス。 上手に2とかいる？説得やろ。対象と周囲のすべてのキャラクターを存じる。長弾するダメージを与える。 リュート。はい、こんなんで行ってみよう。
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the Magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared, and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead I became part of their story.
よくわからんかった。ソース封印なんですか。
So, still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry. The sedative will wear off soon enough. Easy now. No need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
はい。バコンバコンバコン。どういう状況？
So, it wasn't a dream after all.
首になんかついてまんがな。寝る。
I don't even remember them strapping me down.
寝ない。頭蓋骨。ああ。使
Not a
用。
very chatty fellow, are you?
なにこれ。
Junk.
頭防具。嘘でしょ。アイコンの表示マーカー設置オプション。おー、クイックセーブフォーメーション。ああ、間違えた。言葉。ピン。なんだピン。が出てきた。タクティカルカメラの照明文字の上を押す。はい。R2 なかなか斬新。スロットで丸を押してインベントリ内の装備をアップグレードしよう。 OK。 OK。
Boring.
なんすかアクティブサーチ。アクティブサーチを行って、開けた。詳細。なるほど。倒れた箱が入り口をされている。箱に向かって四角を押してアクションメニューを入れる。いや、その前に開けろ。これ、これ。L で最初の文字だけまるで置くことが、そして L1 と R1 から移動。そこに予想外。
An animal style. Freight or food?
OK。卵。話す。動物のことをしては動物のせいなのでしょう。おひつじ。おすひつじはふわふわの毛皮を揺らしながら、あなたに悪意に満ちた情報源の目をまるで興味ある。ひづめであなたのすねを蹴った。蹴られました。
Did you expect a needle? 積み重ねた上で目の前の金や複数選択警戒 R さん違うのか。とりあえずバケツがインベントリーです。あなたが入手したプロジェクトは全てここに四角は全みたいなことがなんだ四角。 いた。お金が入っている。おかしいな。あ、いて、なにカチリ。二人いねえと開かねえやつ。ああ、これをここにドンとはいえ拾う。必要なもの指令14。またやったな。お前たちのように荷物したものより重要わからない。何オイルの地球を動きをする。てかいる。あっちはわかんない。箱。へえ。
Hey, get me out of this cage and I'll make it worth your while. You in?
金ピースを返す。彼を注意深く見る。
Your guess is as good as mine. Someone screamed loud as a banshee. After that, pure pandemonium. They never even told me what I was accused of. Just dragged me down here.
あなたに何のところができる。
Set me free, and I'll set you free. A fair trade, I should think.
はあ。どうしようかね。もうちょっと待ってください。荷物が多すぎた。ごめん。 終了。ああ、これか。箱が重い。
The Magister Guard snorts and sniffles as he sleeps. You're almost impressed that one man can make such a phlegmy racket.
鼻を押す。
Is my shift over? Wait, you're no Magister. You're a sorcerer. What are you doing here, filthy scrounger? Choose your words carefully. My fists ache to meet a new face.
Hey, 勝負歴の警備員が船から落ちた。本当のことを言う。武将を握った。
You're honest, I'll give you that. Doesn't mean I'll be letting you go scot-free, though.
おほ。いいで。
I should have known there'd be trouble.
戦闘は単性で進行された案ごとに与えられるアクションポイントを所持して移動や戦闘スキルを使用する AP を使い切る。左のキャラクターアイコンからね。L でカーソルを持っていき、丸を押すと移動やから。AP はどこにあるんだ。丸か。いいです。いいです。殴れ。ああ。痛いよ。
much for a peaceful stroll.
敬服。
Empty.
え？ empty から？なんかやばそうな。同族を毒の以外のバカどうした？はい。燃えてますぜ。
Not the most elegant solution, was it? これなんですかね。よいしょ。通れなくなる。というわけで、あのおっさんを助けますか。
Go ahead and ignore me. But you should know it's not just my freedom at stake.
いけ、俺はむしろだが危機に瀕しているのは俺の自由だけ。
A gentlewoman among jesters, you are. Give that lever a pull, and I guarantee we'll both get something out of the deal.
The prisoner's buoyant voice darkens as his eyes rest on yours.
Ah, freedom. Tastes better than wine. I'm nothing if not a man of my word. And I did give my word I'd set you free, lass. Say your prayers while you've breath to speak them. The halls await.
え、なんだって？ちょっと聞いてないんですけど。みたいよ。これなんだ。味方。この野郎。
What would he have to gain by killing me? I need to keep my guard up.
敵しかいねえのか。なんもねえ。羊も敵だし、助けたやつにも殴られるし。
And I'm back where I started. Nowhere to go but up.
はい。はい。ソースの首輪を外すだけじゃない。
My, he's smelling some strong stuff.
マギステルの先生、マギステルたちは、ルシアの息子アレクサンデルに率いられ、新世紀のマギステル。
Did the murderer take him into this room? Or was he already here?
It's me.
It seems as though there's a pattern in the blood flow. That can't be natural.
アイテムを選択し、丸を押して合成するとにアイテムを追加する2つ以上あります。何これ。
Empty. Empty.
はあはあ。読む。アーチェリーの競技のルールについては、それにはどのようにして競技者がボルチーニ竹やそれを含む薬品を使用しないようにするかについていく。はい、それにはあなたがボルチーニのポーション。何ですか、技巧薬。あ、やべえ、あ、これ拾っちまった。重いんだって。
Why, you're looking a bit more chipper. Yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough. Nice bit of work, even if I do say so myself. There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash. In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs.
乗客の名前を登録し、ウィリアム。
You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
タグは会話の選択肢を変更したり、人々や世界の態度がどのように変化するかを決定します。スタムキャラクター、種族、性別、職業のタグがあらかじめ設置される。
Is he?
ああ、違えた。
Some problems simply sort themselves, don't they?
ああ、まあ、ちょっとした違い。前が何だった？はい、はい、はい。
Why? Because we're at sea, of course, and have been for several days.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh, well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits, and if you're a particularly good girl, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Source. For good. Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those source spells of yours? See what happens.
あなたの内に黙った大いなる力を呼び起こす。あなたが捕らえられるように。
Currents of magic surge inside you, boiling, bursting, then breaking, only to fade back into your soul like rain into the earth.
My, look at the concentration on your face. All will, but no result. There you have it. See? The collar's function. It neuters you of sorts. Makes you unable to cast Source. For your own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's.
This is a rare magic. I'll need to write to headquarters right away.
遠いやないかい。
I'll need to write to headquarters right away.
じゃあ。
Good gods. There's been a murder here.
そうなんですか。
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this.
彼女はこの男の守護者で捕獲者のはず。なぜ彼女が迎えに。
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir. You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course.
いや、まだまだ。
Finn was killed by Source. If a Magister could do that, there wouldn't be a Magister. It looks more like a passenger managed to slip their collar. And the rest, well, you see the evidence in front of you. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they clam up in front of a uniform. Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that? Thanks. I just want to catch whoever did this before they hurt anyone else.
はい。こんなバケツをかぶった人に。
A young Magister stands pale and silent. Her knuckles whiten around her weapon as you pass. Behind the Magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
パイルじゃなんか。なんもないじゃん。これたちもソース。ソースをしてる。
La 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 la. You're a human, like me. That means we're friends already. My mum told me not to make friends with lizards and elves and dwarves and stuff. But I think they're okay.
Oh, there you are, wife. Would you please tell this very charming gaggle tall brat like babes that I am by no accounts this loser woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergical. How very correct you are, spouse of mine. Madame Josephine Gribbles de Peeve refuses to be confused with anyone else. What? What's so funny?
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away from her with a laugh.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and git, and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm good and ready.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flatly.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we? You presume right. Nope. Trying not to find anything out either. Ignorance is bliss. The utterer, the better. Thanks, but I already belong to an elite and exclusive ship gang. We play ball every day after lunch. You're too soft for it. You take care, though.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer. As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change came over her.
Good luck, Chief.
Nay? Well, you aren't here on my list. Scram, eh? We're trying to catch a killer here.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
One of you one of them. A divine order loyal. They killed a sorcerer, you know. They'll hide the evidence well enough, but make no mistake.
Your kind always go closest to the divine, like wolves around a campfire. As soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hand you right over the side of this ship with him.
A broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions. He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Listen up, kiddo. You hear that?
あなたを子供をつかせたら考え何を聞かなければな。
The ship, of course.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
hand.
それで海が病気のところに海が起こって船。
The fellow cocks his ear, listening.
That isn't anger, it's...
He cocks his ear to the other side, then smiles.
Anticipation. She senses something. I'd hold on to my breeches if I were you, mate. That's all you hear, though. Listen close.
I've never dined on anything less than a dozen horse kid, and I don't intend to do away with the custom.
You've got ears on your head, haven't you? You need me to show you how to use them.
さよなら。目を閉じちゃいけない気がした。
An elf sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto the surface of a barrel. They sound like the dry cackling of
snake eyes.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like.
She shakes her head.
Game for one, I'm afraid. Rolling dice. Deciding fates. Don't worry, honey. It isn't yours.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her lips.
Never say never, though.
She smiles contemptuously.
Just a kitten in a corner, aren't we?
I'm busy watching for clues, sorcerer. Go take your sob story somewhere else.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
That right? I always knew you'd turn out rotten, Ben Mezd.
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him. Noticing you, he straightens and beckons for you to come closer.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this tramp Ifan.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again.
There has been a murder, Your Majesty. Maybe that has the Magister's more concern than more appetite.
He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck. He winks.
Pinches less that way, right?
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing. Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword, and now he's Johnny Big Pants.
Big Pants. なぜイファンが部下の収木となっているのか。
No. The dead man, Finn, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put a man down without good reason.
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with pointed intensity.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough. Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the Joy. The Joy? I've heard a lot. Nothing good. No surprise there, since wonder if we'll get to meet the Ringmaster himself.
アレクサンダーには親戚者について思うところを処理。こいつは知り合いになりたくない。
Easy now. I might think the same, but Vic here will blow a blood.
What are you conspiring about over there? You? What's your name?
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet. And that bee is me.
Name?
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down in a tiny notebook. He scowls at you as he stows the notebook back in his voluminous robes.
Away with you, at once.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
Well, well, what have we here? A fresh face in this stale hell. Let's size you up, shall we?
The lizard looks you up and down. Like a farm, all of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
There's some discoloration, but I've seen worse. After all, one can't expect to find prime merchandise on a squalid little ship. Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook? Ah, music to my beleaguered stomach. On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, tailor? Oh, to feel the caress of satin on my scarlet skin once more. A most satisfactory answer indeed. On then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance? The delicate art of cosmetics is what I'm after. The very basics, then. I suppose that's a start. So, 3 questions asked, 3 questions answered. As per your own testimony, you can cook, tailor, and groom. I offer you my sincerest congratulations. As of now, you are my slave. My slave, of course. Oh, but I see. Yes, I suppose it must take some time. Anyway, you may leave me for a moment. We'll go over your duties once we reach Fort Joy.
Right over the side of the ship with it.
One of them. I know it. Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate. They don't care about us. We'll cater to them. I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on. One of us will get our own. They're picking us off one by one. Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up? You think me mad? Mad? Insufferable, surely. What are you trying to hear anyway? I'll tell you.
I spent my life singing for my slaves to bring me my supper. Finer fare than boiled roots and rotten tubers. Meanwhile, the Magisters feast on honeyed meat behind this very wall. The indignity.
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, his big round eyes scanning your body, absorbing every detail. He reaches out and takes your hand, turning it this way and that, examining it from every angle. Finally, he pinches your skin, gently tugging at it.
Fascinating.
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
It is simultaneously too detailed and insufficient. I know the beginning of this tale and the end. Tell me, what do you know of our world's history? Oh, please. I have no interest in that. Your books are too... No. I want to know about the... This text tells me that they created all creatures, but nothing of what came before. Where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others of their kind?
The elf's face freezes for just a second before he waves his hand dismissively.
Oh, it's just one of my idle curiosities. We mortals do like to consider these things, do we not? Now, please, run along. I have a world to decipher.
Here's the register, ma. Good, good. Magister Williams has just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far?
He tugs the collar of his uniform and chuckles.
Sorry you're upset, ma'am, but we all wear what we wear for a reason. You head on in now, Williams.
Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the beginning.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer, go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
It means your journey draws to a close. Do stick around for its finale, though, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
Oh, poor.
What's happened?
ツールチップ R3
「
殺人現場、殺人や窃盗などの犯罪を犯した場所は、うわ、燃えた、燃えた、燃えた、燃えた。助けて。超。
The dwarf lies in a heap on the floor, his great beard twisted and tangled around him. He is stock still. You can't see if he's living or dead. You hear a faint thud, thud, thud. The dwarf lies in a heap on...
What happened? Must have been the turnips. Water? Why, for goodness?
The lizard's eyes close as he slips into unconsciousness. Motionless, curled on the ground like an animal. Under his shaggy hair, you can see green eyes fluttering as if in a nightmare. His eyes flicker open, but he doesn't. Lucid. Ivan cries out, then his eyes fall.
大変だ。
No, not the final dark. Not yet.
It's no use. Your words do not seem to...
The dice roll darkly. They roll...
The young woman lies in a heap on the floor. She's breathing normally, but her eyes are wide open, like those of a corpse. Dark, greyish-black clouds swirl through them. She doesn't stir.
エルフは師匠だよ、その人に。
The Magister lies on the floor, unconscious and bleeding.
武器を文字すごいだけど自動化する。持ってません。武器ないよね。
Junk.
武器。あったっけ武器。
The Magister lies on the floor.
武器なんかないんですが。
The hatch is blocked. I'll need to find another way.
インベントリで素材を選択しよう。資格をしよう。 はい。おい、武器をよこせ。ここか。これだ。ナイフがついた棒切れ。間に合わせの杖。間に合わせの盾。意味入ったっけん。ろくなもんがねえじゃねえか。制作。よし。
God damn it! Need to get off this wreck, and quick! Damn! That
doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards.
Grace, what was... He eyes the collar circling your neck and reaches a hand towards his blade.
Another sorcerer!
The Magister's companion doesn't blink, frozen in place at the sight of you.
Even if I knew how to rip that thing off, I wouldn't. Some crazy banshee comes screaming through, and now we got...
He whispers loudly to the other Magister.
Don't just cower there, Rix. Take it.
Rix grabs his sword, which shakes in the rhythm of his trembling hand. Rix looks to his companion, who then looks to you. They drop...
Go on then. Find a place to hide. What? You need to find a hiding place.
And you thought Rivellon was flat.
Bishop Alexander. If Lucian were alive, what would he think of his son's divine order?
沈む。
Not long before this thing snaps into splinters.
特別なのですか、この山魔法。
and are suddenly face to face with an undead. His skull is bizarrely angular, and a glorious jewel sits in the middle of his forehead. The skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia, muttering to himself.
No, no, no! What damn fools record knowledge on a pulped tree? It catches fire, it turns into must when wet, it cannot even resist acid! No wonder they're so bloody ignorant.
The skeleton looks up and notices you for the first time.
Oh, it's you. Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
The skeleton groans and looks back to his book, frantically flipping.
I know your god did not gift you with much, but kindly use the little you were given. Do you look at me and think, why yes, there is someone with organs enough to drown? Trifling matters like water and... No, damp robes are the most I have to fear. Once this glorified skiff hits the sea floor, I will simply walk to shore. Whereas you, I believe, have lifeboats to pointlessly squabble over. I believe you did, although I was wearing the face of an elf at the time. I had a mask, rather ingeniously designed, which allowed me to take that a mask that was stolen by that damned witch after... Still, she'll drown with the rest of these fools, and I will simply pluck my mask from her cold, dead hands. Indeed. Just as sensible as getting off a sinking ship and leaving a... I would say good day, but it seems quite likely that you're about to die.
The skeleton shrugs casually and returns to his book.
なんかやばいのかな。Painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You recognize the symbol immediately for what it is. Oh, you press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but simply grey. The color drains from your hand, and you are left numb. 開ける微動だね。鍵を
The
使
door
う。
groans open, but an ashen shadow clouds your mind.
I need to get out of here now.
何ですか。 戦闘開始。おお、なんだこれ。消えた。大変だ。ちょ。
Children and dwarfs first, just like the old stories say.
The dwarf yanks at one of the nearby ropes to no avail.
You said there were other people down there. We need to help them.
You see those tentacles, kid? time to get the hell out of here.
なるほど。嘘でしょ。
Right over there.
You're gonna be the death of us through here.
ごめんだな。誰が生きてんだよ。
The Magister lies on the
If you can walk, get yourself up the ladder. There's a boat. Wait! Void Woken!
あれちょっと敵がいっぱいおるんですが、
Beardless bugs won't sink the ship on my watch.
わあ、生き何しろ人たち。
I thought Void Woken was supposed to be scary.
Let the games begin.
Worms, take you!
They who are about to triumph.
I've faced worse.
I hear something. It's Magister Siwan, the one who put on this damn collar.
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck, trying to stem the bleeding of a gushing wound. With jagged movements, she raises her clenched fist and holds out a length of cloth, soaked with some kind of strong-smelling tincture. Blood quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister Siwan's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror. Blood pours out from around the bandage. Magister Siwan reaches out to you, her hand flailing. It's working. The pressure is stemming the flow of blood. Siwan clutches your arm, her eyes locked with yours. Something within the ship snaps. The floorboards shudder. Siwan struggles to her feet, clinging to you tightly. The ship lets out a deep groan, then crack.
It's ripping the ship apart! This is it.
I have plans for you, child. Right.
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Oriven.
Those Voidwoken made short bloody work of the ship. Am I the lone survivor? It seems someone, something, wanted me alive.
回ファストトラベルが可能な場所。
I thought the Order would get rid of any trace of the old Source King.
タム。お、首輪つけてんじゃん。
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head. He spots you, and his arms snap to his sides.
I'm not supposed to talk to strangers.
なら一人ぼっちでいるようにという心配することはない。あなたを信じて。なぜタイガーその動物と一緒に。
I guess. Well, the people who put me here are human, and the people who took my parents away are human too. Are you a sorcerer? One of those guys that brings the bad void things here?
The child looks at you straight on, unafraid, searching your face. He lifts his mirror to his nose, closes one eye, and looks at himself again.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong or crazy. Maybe you're right. At least they don't mind where anyone goes. They know we can't leave the island, and it's a lot nicer out here than outside. They're gone now. The Magisters took them already. I guess now they're cured? And maybe they're waiting for me back at home. But you didn't die. Guess I am, but it's just normal to be scared. Nowhere, there isn't anywhere safer. That you'll see.
安全なとこなんてねえのさ。チュートリアル先生のログ。マップちか。前方に敵がいる。下を押しておう。イエス。遠くね敵。
Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn, they made it to shore.
Ha! To seiミス。おお、なにこれ喋んの。
Bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay. Drowned and eaten by a Voidwoken. I wonder in which order.
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent stare. His skin is of a bright, blood-red color. Could he? Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his, two smoldering embers that sizzle your very soul.
I did survive, yes. And chances are I wouldn't have, had you not returned to the aid of your fellow passengers down in that dreadful hole. You have my gratitude.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
助けになれたことはよろかしだが、人々が危機に瀕している際だ。
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that, but let's not get carried away, shall we? Nevertheless, one good turn does deserve another, so as far as the whole slave business is concerned, let's just forget about it. Now then, if there's nothing further.
その岩の上に立ち、彼はここで何をしている？彼が次に。
I'm sure I don't mean to sound condescending, but I had thought it quite self-evident I was gazing out over the waves.
He sighs dramatically.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean?
記憶を見るという太陽の下でそうしたことだな。クラーケに荒らされた不毛の地などにのぞ
Memories. Quite so.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise.
ちょっとトイレ。
Lost.
私は都市が先生それくらいで衛星まで放って楽になってきても失ってしまう。
What do you mean, what do I mean? I mean just what I say. I had a very actual empire that I lost.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended, he stares at you with utter incredulity.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am? The very same. I am the Red Prince, the All-Conqueror, the World-Tamer, the spouse. Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever so slightly.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and world-taming opportunities at the moment. The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have. this and that. Tag along. Do you really mean to compare the fate of an empire to whatever foibles you seek to fix? On the other hand, I really could do with a dog's body. And you've already proven to be trustworthy enough. You came back for the others on that ship after all. Fine, I accept. On one condition. For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer, one of the mystics of my kind. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company. Jolly good. So, now that that's settled, first things first. Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from here on out. As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you?
Hey.
Very well. Onwards then to victory or death.
The Red Prince nods, then gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicately between courtesy and contempt.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be traveling with a prince. Proper forms of address include Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, or if you're feeling particularly frivolous, Milord. As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't be required to carry my... Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it you'll pick up the rest as we go.
偉そうなやつやな。L 2を押しながら L でそう。
A black cat. Some would see this as an omen.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with acute intensity. Its eyes clear, and it shakes its head, confused.
なんだ、ついてくるのか。寝る。植物のツタ。あれ、どういうことですか。
What's this? I found something.
基地が高ければ罠と秘密を感じる。ほう。はあ、やったー。装備はできんのか。そうか、これで見れんだっけ。ちょっと、人がいるよ。
lady. It's a lot nicer here than that stinking boat, huh? I'm sure glad you went back to save the others. Saw one of them wringing out their tunic at the shore a few hours ago. Say hi for me. I never want to set foot on a stuffy old boat ever again. Never.
Never.
Now where should I put this one?
7時か。なんかいっぱい人がいる。ということでここで終わります。